Now we're going to talk about Lincoln-Douglas debate. And this is a really cool debate. It's between two people, one-on-one debate. When you walk in with your ballot, the sides are pre-assigned. So the affirmative already knows their affirmative, the negative knows their negative. Before the round, make sure you actually ask what the topic is and write it down either in your notes or on the ballot. A lot of times it will come down to the wording of the resolution and did they actually prove the resolution to be true or false. So it is important that you understand and know the resolution. Now, as the affirmative goes, they are going to speak for 6 minutes. They're going to present their case during that time period. Now, there is a little lingo that you will probably be hearing, and that is the value. They're going to present a value, which is just something that they think should be upheld with the resolution, and a value criterion. And this is a way of sort of looking at the value and determining if you proved the value to be true or not. These can get a little complicated, and it's tough for me even to train my debate kids, but hopefully as you watch rounds, it will start to make a lot of sense to you, and the kids really should adjust to you. Again, tell them whether you have debate experience or not, so that they can adjust to you. Now, in Lincoln-Douglas debate, there is a form of debate in Lincoln-Douglas called progressive. It's also called speed LD or policy LD, where many times they go really fast, bring in a lot of elements from policy debate that wouldn't make a lot of sense to the lay judge, which is our mom and dad judges. Now, if they choose to go really fast after you've told them not to, then that's their own fault. But if you're a brand new judge, it might be good to tell them, I'm brand new and I can't keep up with speed. Make sure you explain to me, and you're very communicative, explaining to me the best arguments. So, going through LD again, the 6-minute case by the affirmative. At that point, the negative gets to ask questions and have a cross-examination time for 3 minutes. And the affirmative or the negative just asks the affirmative questions. At that point, the negative can stand up and they have 7 minutes. And during that time period, they're going to present a case, and they should be attacking the affirmative's case as well during this time period. And it's really important that they actually attack during this time period, because if arguments go unattacked on the affirmative side, the negative shouldn't be able to attack it far later on in the round, because as you'll see, there's no way the affirmative can answer it, and that's not fair. We like this to be a really good debate with really good clash. So, again, take notes, and so that you can kind of see what's going on. If they use a lot of lingo that you don't understand and a lot of words you don't understand, then that's the debater's fault for not communicating with you very well. After the negatives case and the attack, we go on to a 3-minute cross-examination time, the affirmative to the negative side. After that, the affirmative then has a really tough job. They only have 4 minutes to then stand up, attack the negative case, and this is the only time that they can have new attacks to the negative case, and they're going to defend their own case at this time period. So 4 minutes isn't a lot of time. Try and keep up with what's happening, because this is a really, really tough speech for the affirmative side. Next, the negative stands up and has a 6-minute time period that they kind of go over all of the round, and they should come down to something called voting issues. At least that's what I ask for. I ask that by the end they have clear voting issues that explain to me why they won the round in comparing it with the other side. So you can certainly ask them for those voting issues. It makes it a lot easier to judge who won the round, I believe. And I've heard a lot of judges say the same thing. Voting issues help a lot. Sometimes they also call them voters, which is another lingo, but it just means voting issues. Next up, the affirmative has a 3-minute to basically wrap it up. Usually during this time period, they'll answer some of the negatives voting issues, not with new arguments, but just kind of reiterate their side, and they should have voting issues of their own. Any new arguments during these last 2 speeches should really be disregarded. So it's fair to the other debater. There's nothing more heartbreaking than to have a kid come back and say that final affirmative had brand new arguments in the end, and the judge voted on those brand new arguments because it really wasn't fair for that debater. So make sure that you're just being fair with them and that you're writing down the topic, and have a good time watching them. They are brilliant. They study philosophers, and LD debate is really a lot of fun. Now, during that time period, during the round, they each have 4 to 5 minutes of prep time. You may want to ask the tournament about how much time is prep time, and the kids can take that at any time. So the negative usually says, I'm going to take 2 minutes of prep, or I'm going to take 1 minute of prep, and then just kind of keep track of that for them so that they know how much prep time they've used. And I write that down in my notes or on my flow, which is just a fancy way of saying taking notes. So I hope that helped you out with Lincoln Douglas debate. It's a lot of fun. Don't be intimidated. Again, the kids need to adjust to you. Just communicate with them who you are and what you're looking for and kind of what your background is. Don't bring your own ideas and thoughts into it. Don't bring your own arguments. And don't vote on things that did not happen in the round. And please vote for the best argument and not just the best speaker. It should be the best argument. Put that down on the ballot and you will be in good shape. Give them each some speaker points. Be generous, but not too generous. And make sure you write a reason for decision and the person who won on the ballot. Okay, I think that's about it. Thanks so much, and have fun judging Lincoln Douglas debate.